Am I the asshole for saying to my parents that I won't give up my career and look after my brother once they're gone? Once they've gone? This is weird. Last week, my parents phoned me asking me to come down the Friday just gone as they want to talk to me about something important and they'd prefer to do it face to face. I agreed and came down Friday and we talked. My parents said that they've been delaying doing their wills for so long and decided it's time to get their affairs in order. I have a brother who's older than me, but he's autistic, and I don't know if nonverbal is the right word, as he can only say a few words like mom and dad. Although he's 26, he's more like 10, if that makes sense. Yes, that is autism. Autism can be nonverbal. My parents told me that they've got some sort of plan to go into their will, and they've said their plan is if one of them were to die first, then my brother will live with the lone parent part-time and a care home / facility part-time to give the lone parent a break. Then, if one lone parent dies, the plan is for my brother to come and live with me, and they will set up some form of trust so that each month, whatever he inherits goes into living costs. For example, if he inherits $100,000, that's not the actual amount. It's just an example. A trust will be set up $1,000 each month to cover his living expenses. Why I said my brother has the mind of a 10-year-old is because he can't do anything without help of our parents, like getting dressed, getting clean, getting ready, helping with them, tasks, activities, etc. My parents' members take turns at the weekend so that my parents can have a break and relax and recuperate. I know it's wrong of me and I shouldn't be, but I'm not an emotional person and I'm not sympathetic as well. It's not wrong of you. Listen, living with a person with a disability is hard. It's even harder when a family member. But you have to remember this is your life, okay? And you are allowed to be selfish. 100%. Don't let anybody guilt trip you. You can say no, but maybe the baby can go to a care center, and you can visit, because I'm sure you still care about your brother. I completely understand where you're coming from. You don't need that on you if it doesn't align with what you want to do with your life. I said to my parents I'm not giving up my career to look after them if they both die, and I won't be taking him in. My brother and siblings relationship is non-existent, and I also don't feel equipped to look after him. I'm an honest person who will say that to me, he will feel like a massive burden. Oh, I voiced my reasoning to my parents, and I thought they would be more understanding. I basically feel like he's better off in a place where people can actually help him and know what they're doing. I'm just not prepared to give up my career or anything for him. I also stated to my parents that I'm more happy to give up half of my inheritance so the money can go and make sure he's looked after, like setting up a trust fund. So if they both die and he went to his assisted living facility, his bills are paid and there was an allowance for him each month. My parents got completely upset at me and were disappointed in me, and I feel justified, but now I'm wondering if I'm a bitch and an asshole when it comes to this. You're not an asshole. You're allowed to have your own life. Honestly, they're assholes 100% for even asking you to do that, and worse, getting mad because you said no. If I was in that situation, the idea of asking one of my kids to give up their life to look after this is awful. I could not ask somebody to do that. I would at least ask that, if I was a parent, like, could you at least make me promise you'll visit or bring the baby for holidays at least? Just holidays, or visit at least once a month, something, But the idea of asking your kid to give up their entire life and their career for you to be a caregiver is so selfish. You're not the asshole. Top comment. Not the asshole. Your parents have plenty of time to research facilities and programs for your brother's long-term care, and it's their responsibility too. It's not your kid. They also have time to set up a trust and trustees and a guardian. To make sure no one is abusing the trust and misusing the money designated for your brother's care, you may want to consider being one of the trustees. It's unfair to expect you to pick up the pieces, especially since your brother could be transitioning now when your parents are well and able to oversee his care. I think your brother should start now on looking into care centers. I only say this because it's just good at this age he's at right now to just get familiarized with it, because your parents or at some point they won't be able to do it. They'll be too old, or one of them will get sick, or something can happen. So it's always good to have some kind of backup, Another top comment: you're not the asshole. Their planning has no business includes you. You're your own person, your own life, and suddenly you rejecting being a full-time caregiver makes you the bad person? No. And the fact that you decided to give up half your inheritance is well thought out. Your brother will thrive in an assisted living environment. No, bro. And it's like top comment after top comment after top comment. You're not the asshole. And you know what kind of bugs me too is that as there was a weird comment in that description that says if one of the parents died, they'll give they will hire an assistant to help them to give the parent a break. So if there's two people taking care of the kid and then one dies and then there's a caregiver, you have to hire a caregiver because it's a selfish thing to put one person take care of the job by themselves. You don't think maybe that's like the same concept for your daughter? That it would be a burden to just put just her as the caregiver? Oh no, but if it's with you guys amongst each other, all of a sudden you do need help. Your parents are fucking assholes, and you're not the asshole. But what do you guys think? Comment below.